potential 5-day blackout. That's not fair.
Now on Night Beat, nearly the entire Bay Area at risk from massive PG&E power shutoff tonight. Entire city is just hours away now from going dark because of high fire danger. Good evening, I'm Veronica Dela Cruz.
And I'm Ken Bastida. Much of Napa County and the towns of Moraga, Orinda, and Lafayette in Contra Costa County. They'll be losing power beginning Wednesday morning for at least 24 hours and possibly for several days.
We have team coverage tonight, beginning with Night Beat's Joe Vazquez, who's at a PG&E substation in San Mateo County. Joe?
Yeah, San Mateo County is on the list, and a lot of folks around here recognize that there are fires from time to time, but it's not exactly common, so this decision is rather curious. The half moon over Half Moon Bay is not the only source of light tonight, but starting Wednesday, PG&E is warning this town and others in San Mateo County could plunge into darkness.
Ridiculous because of high winds? Are you kidding me?
High winds are just one of the factors PG&E says it has determined could cause fires. Also, the hot temperature and low humidity. PG&E sent out the warning today that it could preemptively shut down power as early as Wednesday morning. San Mateo County said the target zone may include coastline communities, including Half Moon Bay, down to the border with Santa Cruz County. Also, foothill communities along 280, including Woodside and Portola Valley. And PG&E says the power shutdown could last up to 5 days.
I don't know what people will do. 5 days, restaurants, business, just so PG&E doesn't get sued.
Why San Mateo County?
Yeah, I have no idea, Joe.
San Mateo County Supervisor David Canepa says PG&E gave county officials too little notice and to this moment have not discussed other solutions beyond a unilateral forced blackout.
They really need to invest and make sure that they find solutions around equipment instead of putting people in the dark for 5 days.
Again, Wednesday morning is when this all could begin, and if a couple weeks ago in Sonoma County is any indication, there will not be much warning before they decide that it's time to shut out the lights. Reporting live, I'm Joe Vazquez, KPIX 5.
And Night Beat's Christin Ayers continues our team coverage from Napa tonight.
Tonight, it's not just rural areas that are bracing for PG&E to shut their power off, but also bustling downtown areas like this stretch of Napa. The restaurants and wine bars of downtown Napa lit up tonight, but come Wednesday, they could be plunged into darkness.
I think it's going to affect the economy locally.
Tourists whose plans revolve around restaurant and winery visits say the continued outages could have long-term impacts.
Word will get around to all of the tourists that are coming in that it's not a good place to visit if we're having these controlled electrical shutdowns.
Tonight, Napa County officials say almost the entire county could lose power beginning Wednesday morning for 5 days or more.
That seems a little bit extreme.
Napa residents also worry about what it will mean for them. Tom Berry remembers when in 2017 the wine country wildfires flared and he was left in the dark. Word of this round of shutoffs comes one day before the 2-year anniversary of the wine country wildfires.
I don't know, sometimes I feel like we're being punished by PG&E, because of all the lawsuits.
But PG&E says the places that will lose power were carefully chosen based on weather forecasts and PG&E's infrastructure in the areas.
Maybe they're just being really cautious. After the circumstances of the last time, I don't really blame them.
PG&E is cautioning that the map we showed is really just a rough representation of the areas that will lose electricity. They say more specific information is coming. In Napa, Christin Ayers on the Night Beat.
Okay, all you've got to do is look at the forecast for where the strongest winds are going to be, and you can see why Napa has been told your power's going off and why San Mateo County finds itself with a question mark. Let's go to the futurecast for winds. The brighter the colors on this map, the stronger the winds. I'm going to play us from tonight into the most important Wednesday evening time frame. Did you notice how the winds really popped there just as we got into Wednesday evening? When you start to get into those purples on here through the mountains of Napa County, that's showing you gusts to 55, maybe even 60. That's where the real trouble spot is as far as the winds are concerned. But if we take a look at the entire Bay Area and show you where the National Weather Service has put out the fire weather watch, everywhere in yellow is on it. Basically, unless you're at the coast or in the immediate bay, you're not included. And San Mateo, you're not included in that. The communities of San Mateo and down towards Redwood City and all along the peninsula here, technically not in the fire weather watch, but where you have to look is the hills up here, because the fire weather watch does include the mountains down here in the peninsula. And if we switch from where the fire weather watch is and show you what the top gusts are going to be like when we hit that trouble spot of Wednesday night, it's a 17 to 16 mile an hour gust where we all live. But if you look up in the mountains, we've got a 36 mile an hour gust on Skyline Ridge. So if there's any reasoning here behind why PG&E might be putting this location on watch for a power outage, it's because you've got all those transmission lines. The whole thing is connected in a very convoluted way, and they're probably being overly cautious because of that number right there. I'll be back with more on the rest of our forecast coming up in just a few minutes. For now, guys, back over to you.
All right, Darren, thank you. Tonight, BART wants to reassure riders that power shutoffs will have no impact on service in the stations or on those trains. For more information on the potential power outages, you can always head to our website, kpix.com.